In some ways, because it was so segregated, racism was both everything and nothing at all.
Like Sam, Condoleezza Rice rose from the segregated South to stratospheric heights. Forbes magazine once called her the most powerful woman in the world. She is a classical pianist. She was the provost of Stanford University, where she still is a professor. She was both the first female African-American National Security Advisor and Secretary of State. Condoleezza's journey began back in the 1950s in Birmingham, Alabama, in the black middle-class neighborhood of Titusville. Dr. King called Birmingham the most segregated city in America. As civil rights activists challenged the status quo, white terrorists responded with a wave of violence that earned Condoleezza's hometown the nickname of Birmingham. Were you aware that this hostile environment was out there?
Occasionally, you were aware of it. Our parents did everything they could to shield us from it. And because you went to schools that were completely segregated, your classmates were black, your teachers were black, you didn't actually have to encounter the white community that often.
The most infamous attack was the bombing in September 1963 of the 16th Street Baptist Church, which killed 4 young black girls. At nearby Westminster Presbyterian Church, 9-year-old Condoleezza was getting ready for her own services when she felt the ground rumble from the explosion.
We'd just gotten to church because my dad was the preacher, so we were there a little early. And I remember the thud and the feeling of something shaking because we were only about 2 miles, as crow flies, from 16th Street Baptist Church. And every person in Black Birmingham knew one of those little girls. The community wasn't that big. That night I asked my parents if I could sleep in their bed. That was pretty scary.
How did you deal with that trauma?
People keep going. Children keep going.
In the face of this violence, black families in Titusville pulled together.
We were a little cocoon within Birmingham. A very loving and kind and nurturing place. And so I think it was a place that gave me a lot of confidence. High standards in terms of education. All of our own lessons, piano, ballet, French, etiquette lessons.
So this was the creme de la creme brulee. Did your parents tell you that you could be whatever you wanted to be?
Absolutely. You might not be able to have a hamburger at the Woolworth's lunch counter in segregated Birmingham, but you could be President of the United States.
Even President of the United States?
Even President of the United States.